YouTube, what's going on? Hey man, thought I'd do a live stream real quick. Appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. What's going on? It's Saturday, man. Man, I just wanted to say, Uncle Matt, what's going on? What up though? I hope the AC not blowing into the phone. I got the phone propped up on the AC. But what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all watching my video. Yeah, it's just a little weekend live stream, man. I think it's not bad. Yeah. I think getting my own trailer, man, is the best decision I ever made. I mean, getting into trucking was the best decision I ever made. I don't know where I'd be at right now. I was working at a retail store when I was in college, and they offered me some management opportunities. I didn't take it at that time because I told them I was in college, and they was asking me like when I was gonna graduate and stuff like that, and I told them, you know, they was offering me assistant manager positions. I wasn't interested. You know, at that time, like I was interested, you know, because of the money, you know, because I'm hearing managers making 50, 60, 70,000 a year, but managers put up with a whole lot of shit in corporate America, and I don't like it. Even at that time when I was in college, like, I didn't like it, man. Corporate America sucks, man. That's for the birds. It's for the birds. Like, I'm a very independent person. I keep to myself. I make my own decisions. I make up my own mind. I don't need nobody telling me what to do. I don't like going with rules. I don't like following rules and company corporate policies. I don't like it. So, you know, that's just me. That's just my personality. Like, I make up my own mind. So I don't need nobody telling me what to do. So when folks start telling me what to do, I get real aggravated. You know, I be want to punch somebody. Get out my face. But like trucking, man, it provides an opportunity, you know, to do what you want to do. Like, the freedom I get to do whatever I want to do, man. Whatever I want to do. It's just unbelievable. I can't imagine having this kind of freedom, having a regular job. I couldn't imagine. But this ain't what this video is about. Hold on. Shoot. I'm looking for the post office. I gotta send off these papers. Trying to find the post office. I gotta send off these papers. I got some insurance papers. All right, where the post office at? I'm in this little shopping plaza over here. All right, where the post office at? But yeah, man, like, you know, since I left Snyder, man, I'm able to gross just a little bit more money and be home on the weekend. Like, when I was at Snyder, I was home every weekend, yeah. But it was a sacrifice. I had to decide on whether if I wanted to go home or take that extra load. But now, like, I'm grossing, I run one load grossing $2,000. You know what I mean? I'll take one load, grossing 1,500. And like if my last live stream, if I would have took that load going down to Florida, that would have been 1,900. I would have made in a day, in one day. So it's when you got your own truck and trailer, man, a lot of opportunities open up. A lot of opportunities. And I should have done this shit long time ago. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how why I was wasting my time fooling around with these big mega companies. Like I can, like, now I can make the same amount of money in like 3-4 days. I can gross about four to $5,000 in about 3-4 days. And I don't have to move my truck. Like last week, I did about 2,000 miles. I wish I could pull up my settlement, but I'm doing a live stream on my phone. But with Traveloco, they keep track of your miles. So I did about 2,000 miles last week, and I did, I grossed 5,000, but Traveloco takes about 500 of that. And my gross is about 4,500. And then minus fuel, insurance, and then I gotta pay the truck note and trailer and shit. Like at Snyder, I would probably do about 1,400, maybe 1,500. There are times where I hit 1,700, 1,800, and there are times where I can do $2,000 a week at Snyder, but I have to kill myself. Like you gotta make these decisions. It's just like I don't recall. Like a lot of guys, I've been talking to guys at Snyder. They be like, "Yeah, I'm making $4,000 a week." But when the last time you been home? It's just like when the last time you been home? You know what I'm saying? Cause like with Snyder, they got the board all rigged up. Like once they start seeing you getting in a routine, running the same loads, they'll get rid of those loads, and then you can't do it anymore. They won't let you see some loads and stuff like I don't want to play these games with these people. They play games with the board, and it's just be playing tricks and magic tricks. I mean, yeah, I agree, man. Like I had an office job, man. I was in sales. I had 2 sales jobs. I had a I had a sales job. I worked at in college. I worked at this marketing firm, and then I worked at Home Depot. I worked as a sales specialist at Home Depot, and when you go to Home Depot, you need somebody to buy appliances, flooring. Um, like I worked at Home Depot when they paid commission. So base salary, you get base salary plus commission. I was at this was back when Home Depot paid commission. When I left the store in Florida, they just stopped paying um, sales people commission. That's when Bob Nardelli was working at Home Depot. And then when Bob Nardelli took over, he pretty much he got rid of the commission sales. Everybody went over to Lowe's because Lowe's, I think, still pays their salespeople commission if you're in commission sales. So like, you can make good money like selling, building materials and but Home Depot doesn't do that anymore. I think the only people who still make commission sales are the people who work at the contractor's desk. Um, I think. I mean, we talking about, whoa, it's been 10 years I've been in trucking. It's been almost 11, yeah, 10, 11 years. So, and I worked at a marketing place where we sold, um, damn, it's been a long time. This was before Home Depot. I was at Home Depot for about 7 years. So I think I just started college. So, damn, this was a long time. So I had this desk job, and I just remember it being boring, man, because I would have to call up these people to buy. Uh, damn, it's been a long time. I had this sales job. I think I lasted in that job for about a year, man. It was very boring, very boring, and I was very unhappy. I go home miserable all the time because you want more, And managers, they promise you shit and they don't fall through with the promises, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna give you that raise. We're gonna give you that promotion. Oh yeah, and then before you know it, they hire somebody. They hire a new person. Okay, they give them the job, and they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I'm the most qualified person in the department, but they get in the job. I'm good, man. Go ahead with that bullshit. I'm good. Y'all can have this piece of shit job. They can fire you anytime they want. You know what I mean? Like you have no control. Like there's always this fear. You have no control. Like I'm in trucking, I'm in control of my life, man. I feel I'm in control. I'm at the driver's seat. If I want to leave Traveloka, I can take my truck and trailer and go to another company if I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can quit. I can call up Traveloka Monday. Say, hey, I want to terminate my contract. Tuesday, I can start a new company. Just like that. And that's the kind of power and security that you want. And it's like, from my experience, man, working at these corporate jobs, I never felt that security. It's always this fear. This fear. It's just like, oh, I'm going to lose my job. Ooh, I'm going to lose my job. It's like, I don't want that bullshit. Then people lying to you and stuff. I don't got time for that. But anyway, oh, what's the qualification to get your trailer? What's the credit score needed for? You know what? To tell you the truth, man, I don't even know. The last time I checked, my credit score was about a 7 something. It was about a 7 something. And I mean, I'm not scared to tell y'all. It ain't nothing to brag about because getting a 700 credit score to me isn't that hard. It's just like I've worked on my credit for the last 15 years, man. Since I was in college, man. So, I mean, I say in the last 5 years, I've put a lot of effort into my credit. So I say in the last 2 to 3 years, I've worked really, really, really hard to get my credit up. I mean, since I've been an adult, I pretty much always had about a 700 credit score. So, I mean, I know a lot of guys talk about a 700 credit score all the time, but it's just like, it's not about the 700 credit score. You got to have a whole lot of other ingredients to go into your credit score. Okay? When a bank look at your profile, you gotta have 685 is good, man. Like anything over like 600, 650 is good to me. You know what I mean? But it's not about the score, because a lot of people get caught up in this score. 600, 700, 800. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't know how bank lending guidelines work. And when you're talking about commercial guidelines, small business guidelines, personal lending guidelines, they're all different. They're same, but they're different. So you got to understand the guidelines. So if you know the guidelines, it don't even matter what credit score you got. You got to find the lender with the guidelines to get you what you need. So after doing the research, you just got to find banks with certain guidelines or different lenders, because they're not all banks. They're equity firms or whatever. So it'll be like, private lending equity firms. They're not quote unquote banks, but they operate like a bank. So, okay, so it's just a matter of doing your research. So it's just like, okay, for example, if you get you got American Express, Bank of America, Citibank, Capital One. All three of those cards give credit on different guidelines. Okay, American Express, they pull from TransUnion. Okay, Bank of America pulls from Equifax. Okay, if any of you guys know, if you look at an Equifax score and then you look at a TransUnion, my TransUnion score is always lower than my Equifax score. My Equifax score is always 30, 40 points above my TransUnion score. So if I go to a lender that pulls from Equifax, I'm going to get approved. You got to know the guidelines. But if I go to a lender like American Express that pulls from TransUnion, I'm not going to get approved because it's 30, 40 points below. It shows that I have like a 670 credit score. So you got to learn the guidelines. The credit scores, don't worry about the credit scores. If you're looking for a trailer, do your research and find truck equipment lenders and call them up and ask them, okay, what are your lending guidelines? How many years of business do you need in business? Or, how much down payment do you need? Ask these questions. Call about 5 or 10 lenders and ask them these questions. What kind of credit score do you need? Which credit bureaus do you pull from? Do you use Dun & Bradstreet? Do you use Experian Business, Equifax Business, TransUnion Business? You need the guidelines. That's what you're looking for. So a lot of guys get caught up in the score, because when a bank looks at your profile, they're looking at, okay, yeah, you got the credit score, but what do you have on your credit? Okay? Do you have a house? Do you have a mortgage? Most of the time, if you have a mortgage on your credit, you're going to get approved for something. Because a bank sees that, oh, this person has a $150,000 mortgage. They're responsible. They have a 700 credit score. They're responsible. Okay? You had car notes. Okay? That was never late. A big $20,000, $30,000 car note in your credit does great. It helps if you have like 2 or 3 of them that you paid off over the years. If you had a $15,000 credit note, a car note, and you paid it off, and then you got another one and you paid it off, that's beautiful. You want that. Okay? A personal line of credit. If you had like a personal line of credit on your credit and you paid it off, you let it sit on your credit, then you paid it off, you let it sit on your credit and you paid it off, that shows the bank that they want your business. They want that customer that borrows money and pay it off. They want that. They don't want you being late, charge off. They don't want that stuff. Because, like, there's a lot of people running around looking at just credit scores. Oh, I got a 1,500 credit score. But The only thing that they have in their name is like a $5,000 credit card. A bank ain't gonna approve you. They'll approve you, but most of the time when they look at what's on your credit, they'll approve you based on what you already have on your credit. So they'll look at, okay, you got $5,000 balance on your credit card, a car note, or a couch. You bought a couch at a department store, or I don't know, whatever. You bought something on credit. They're only gonna lend you maybe up to $5,000, or maybe they might give you $7,000, or they might give you $10,000. You know what I'm saying? So like what I'm saying is that you need a lot of history on your credit. I've said this plenty of times in my videos. I got a whole bunch of videos talking about this shit. I got 200 videos. A lot of y'all act like y'all be asking me questions and stuff. I got videos on the shit. So, like, it's like, come on, guys. Like, damn. But it's like, but yeah, so like, and there's some exceptions to the lending guidelines, because then you got first-time home buyers, or first-time business owner, or something like that. Then, you know, like for example, for example, my trailer has a personal guarantee on it, but it's in my business name. Okay, I'm growing a business, so now that $30,000 note that I have on the trailer is going to be reporting to my business. Now, if I default, I'm personally liable, which is fine. I don't mind because it's my business anyway. So like, I'm not looking to default, but it's like, okay, if you're trying to do a business and you're trying to grow a business, you want it to report, and you want it to show positive light on your business. So a lot of guys, you know, they get caught up in the score and all of that, and it's just like, the score ain't what you worried about, man. You need to do real research on these lenders, man. You need to find lenders that have the guidelines that you're looking for. If you got 1 year in business, it makes no sense to go with a bank. You're gonna waste your time filling out the application and not getting approved, when you go to a bank and their guidelines require you to have 2-3 years in business. Okay, you got to find the banks with your guidelines. If you only got 1 year in business, you need to find all the banks that do business, that give loans out to guys with 1 year in business. That's what you need. Okay, if the guidelines for the bank say, oh, you need $100,000 in revenue, a minimum of $15,000 gross revenue per month, you need to find all the lenders that meet those requirements. That's what you need. Lending guidelines. You got to find out the lending guidelines for these companies. Some of these companies don't care about your credit. They want to know how long you've been in business. That's all they care about. How long you've been in business. Can you pay? They want to look at your bank statements. I've had banks request bank statements. I show them, oh, I got bank statements, got this amount of money rolling through there. I get approved, or I don't get approved. Some of them do look at credit. So you got to do your research. And on top of that, you got to fix your business properly. You got to set your business up properly. You got to have a business address, business phone number, fax number, be set up with 411. Be set up, have a business website, be listed in Google. If you was to Google my business, what you would see JH Services LLC. You would see JH Services LLC, and then you see my office building and a picture of my ugly ass face smiling. That's what you'll see. So when a lender is underwriting your profile, they're gonna Google your business. JH Services. Who the fuck is JH Services? They got a DUNS number or they got an EIN. Oh, okay, let me see. Let me Google them. You put in the address. Oh, this is a business address. It's a business office. It's a commercial address. Oh, he's in trucking. Oh, okay. Let me look at his profile. He pays his bills on time. Oh, okay. Bump. Approved. Simple as that. And it's just like, now if you trying to get a loan to get a trailer, right? And then you don't have a business address, but you put down your house address down there. You put a P.O. box down there. You got your cell phone number down there on your business card on your website. They Google you. They show your apartment in the doggone projects and shit. You're not gonna get approved. I'm sorry. You're not gonna get approved. They're not gonna give you 30 grand. Come on. So you gotta set your business up right. Do your research with the banks. I got videos on this, man. Okay, big face trucker. Hey, you can call me big face all you want. I got approved for a trailer, no money down. So you call me big face all you want. You watching my videos, remember? So, but I love it when people ask you questions, then call your name. Y'all are true. But for the last 60 days, I had this trailer in my possession. I just made my first trailer payment, $650. I just made my trailer payment. It ain't due until the 30th. I sent them the payment. It should be coming out my business checking account. I just made my first payment. I done made about $11,000 with that damn trailer. It's gross, but last 2-3 weeks, I done made about $11,000. Well, is it gross? I don't know if it's gross, but I have to look at the settlement. But the point is just that you gotta do your research, man. You gotta set your business up right. Get your credit straightened out. Clear out all that bullshit and ambiguity on your credit. Because sometimes it be stuff on your credit and it contradicts, like, okay, the address is on your credit. Like the addresses on your credit, okay? Don't have a whole bunch of addresses, okay? Have one address. Get your LLC and have one business address on your business credit profile. Don't be having a P.O. box up there and your house address on there and because then when a bank start Googling you and you got all these addresses, that's on the edge of fraud, and then they don't want to bother with you. Okay? But I mean, you tell the truth, man. I learned all this stuff with Dean Cole, man. I took Dean Cole's class. I'm signed up with Dean Cole. I'm still going through his program, and it's worth every last penny. It's worth every last penny, and so I'm like, man, like his class, like he talks about a whole lot of stuff that you can't find on Google. It's a lot of stuff you can't find on Google. You know what I mean? Because like you can Google stuff about getting business credits, getting a business virtual address, phone number, business 1-800 number, and all this. But there are a lot of things that when you taking a professional class, it's gonna tell you all the little details, all the little tips and tricks. Because I thought I knew everything about business credit. There's some things that I learned that I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. Damn, I didn't even know. That's a good point. It's a lot of little tidbits because you got to follow the step by step. That way, when you go out here and try to get a loan, there's no ambiguity between the bank. Because when the bank is looking, they're looking for ambiguity. They're looking for mismatches in information. Okay? They're looking for a fake business. If your business is fake, you ain't gonna get approved. So if they're on the edge of approving you, they'll call you up and ask you, hey, can you submit us bank statements? Can you show us a light bill or something going to this address? You know what I'm saying? So that's just, hey, that's just Travel Loco money. No, it ain't really Travel Loco money. It's when you get your own truck and trailer money. That's what it is. Because Travel Loco is just a broker, man. You know, like you can make money at Roadrunner. You can make money at Mercer. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get with a company where you get your own truck and trailer, and you making 80-90% of the revenue. Find a little small trucking company, like I've been saying. There's a bunch of companies out here like Travel Loco. You know, small trucking companies, small fleet. Okay. But yeah, man, I gotta go in here and do this business, man. I just wanted to make a weekend video. Landstar. I mean, I don't like Landstar simply for the fact that they're a publicly traded company. Just like a big mega carrier. Like all these big companies out here, they're big mega carriers. Like a Landstar is a big mega carrier. You know what I'm saying? So they're publicly traded. Landstar has a ticker. So they have investors bidding on their business. And like when you have investors, stockholders and shit dictating the operations of a company that you work for, it ain't gonna be good for you. You just a truck driver. It ain't gonna be good for you. They always gonna be changing shit. Like, I'd rather work for little small mom and pop companies, small private independent companies that they're not publicly traded. You know, I can go through all the reasons why, you know, I don't like publicly traded companies. I don't. Especially down here on the bottom. Now, once I get on up level, you know, publicly, once I become an executive, if, you know, then publicly traded is important to me. But I'm down here on the bottom. I'm a worker bee. And publicly traded companies don't work in my favor. So they're not worried about you, man. They moving them papers around, getting money. They making billions of dollars off our backs, man. Like they don't need our trucks to move this freight, man. All they need is the paperwork. They sell these loads, they sell the paperwork and the contract to another company and make the money off the top. And then we doing the work. So, you know, it's plenty of guys out here to move this freight, man. You need to get up to the top. Okay? You need to get up there with a guy who's at the president, VP and shit. You need to get up to the sales guy who actually signing off on the contract to move the freight. They're getting the load. Say you got Walmart. Say you got Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble got 100 loads a week going this direction. Okay? Procter & Gamble got loads going from Atlanta to Chicago. These loads are paying $5,000 each. They got 100 loads a week. You better believe these big mega carriers gonna go in there and say, hey, we can move that freight for this amount of dollars for you because they got capacity. We're gonna move this amount of freight for you for this amount of dollars. And they're gonna get paid off the top. Okay? That's where you make the money. They're making for that lane, for that $5,000 a load, they got 100 loads. I'm just saying, for example, that's what? Do the math. What? I mean, 5 times 100, you know, like that's a bunch of money. They're getting that money off the top. Okay? They do it over and over again. They ain't do none. They didn't move not one load. All they did is sign some papers. Okay? So that's where the money is made. So it's just like we up here fucking fighting over dumb shit. Oh, this load paid $1,000. This load paid $1,500. These motherfuckers getting $500,000 moving papers. They just move papers around. Okay? That's where the money is made. Up there in the office and shit. And in the boardroom. Okay? When Procter & Gamble is on this side of the boardroom and Snyder, Swift, JB Hunt, and Landstar, Roadrunner are all sitting over there bidding on this lane that pays $5,000 per load to go this way. They're sitting over there bidding on it. Oh, we can do it for this much. Oh, we can do it for $3,900. No, we can do it for $4,900. We can do it for $3,600 per load, and we get a little $1,500. They get $100,000 off the top, and they all when these companies drop a press release, JB Hunt, you got JB Hunt, Snyder, Swift. All these companies, you can go on these publicly traded companies and see how much money they're making. They're making millions of dollars. That one transaction turns into 100 transactions every day. They're in the boardroom bidding on these loads at the top, directly to the customer. Procter & Gamble, Costco, you name all the freight that needs to be moved around this country. Walmart, Clorox, SC Johnson, all the freight that needs to be moved, mops and flatbed freight, meat, Corgill, Tyson's Chicken, you name it, all the freight that needs to be moved around this company. These big fucking companies going to the boardroom bidding on millions and millions of dollars in freight, and they get a percentage of that. Say they sell $1 million worth of freight, and they get about, their commission is like 10-15% of that. The VP of sales and the VP of that company is getting a bonus for the month. They're getting $100,000 bonus and shit. We're sitting over here trying to move, arguing over $1,500 and shit. Oh, I'm getting a trailer and a truck and shit. Dude, these companies are making millions of dollars off this freight, man. And that's what I'm talking about. So it's like, that's what makes me so angry about these publicly traded companies. Okay, you know, I don't like that shit. These companies are making so much fucking money, but to tell you the truth, man, it's just a numbers game. It's just a numbers game, man. And you got to get out the rat race so you want to get invited to the party. Okay, you guys that's watching this video, man, you got to get invited to the party. And like, you got to become, just like Golden Child was talking about, you got to become a certified investor. Okay, a lot of you guys, you're not invited to the party. Okay, you gotta learn how to talk the lingo, put on a suit, you know what I'm saying, and go to these parties where the deals are made. You gotta go get invited to the party where the deals are made. A lot of the deals, just like Trucker Exec talking about, are made on the golf course, man. 80%, 90% of all these deals out here are made on the fucking golf course or at the damn cigarette lounge, man. It's like, hey, you got the owner of JB Hunt sitting over here, and then you got the CEO of Procter & Gamble sitting over here at the damn cigar lounge. They be like, hey, man, oh, you the owner of JB Hunt? Oh, yeah. I got a lane, man. Next year, I got a lane coming out. I got a new product coming out, some detergent. You know, it's gonna be about a $300,000 lane. Can you run it? I can't do it for $300,000, but I can do it for $325. Deal. Call my sales manager, and he'll draft up the paperwork. Boom, boom, boom. That's how the money is made. But we're sitting over here bitching and crying over $1,500 loads and shit. These motherfuckers making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the golf course, on the fucking, and they just move some paperwork. They ain't break not one sweat except swinging that damn fucking golf club. But yeah, man, that's why I don't like publicly traded companies, okay? So I like small mom and pop companies. But yeah, man, that's the truth. I gotta get in here and take care of this paperwork, man. I gotta go in and do some business, man. I appreciate y'all watching my videos. I'll see y'all next time.